It was 6:12 p.m. when my phone buzzed. I was still at my desk, wrapping up some reports before heading home. The notification lit up the screen. Samantha. I expected something simple, a reminder, maybe a question about dinner. Instead, I read 7 words that hollowed me out. I want a divorce. Contact my lawyer only. No reason. No emotion. Just finality. It felt less like an ending and more like a transaction. I sat there for a few seconds, staring at the glow of the message, trying to process what I was seeing. After 8 years together, that was how she chose to end it. Through a text that could have been sent to anyone. I didn't reply right away. My thumb hovered above the keyboard before I typed the only word that mattered. Understood. That was all. No begging. No anger. Just acceptance. The office felt heavier after that, silent except for the hum of the lights. I leaned back in my chair and stared at the city through the window. We'd been over for a while. The message only made official. The distance between us had grown quietly, slowly, like frost creeping across glass. Her laughter had become forced, her eyes distracted, her smile rehearsed. I used to think it was work stress. But people under stress don't start spending long lunches with their boss every Friday. I never confronted her. I learned that arguments give liars oxygen. Silence, though, silence forces truth to surface on its own. So when her message came, I didn't feel heartbreak. I felt confirmation. The next morning, I didn't go to work. I stayed home, sitting in the living room where her mug still rested on the coffee table, the one that said "Love you more." The air felt thick, almost heavy. My phone buzzed with messages from friends, questions, sympathy, curiosity. I ignored them all. Later that evening, her lawyer called. His tone was professional, cold, rehearsed, talking about property division and alimony as though reading an invoice. When he finished, I said quietly, "Tell her she'll get everything she deserves. Nothing less, nothing more." He hesitated before hanging up. Maybe he sensed something he couldn't name. What he didn't know was that I had prepared for this long ago. When we got married, I'd insisted on a prenuptial agreement. She had laughed at me then, teasing me about my paranoia. "You really think I'd ever leave you?" she'd said, smiling. She signed it anyway. And now, that signature, that little flourish at the bottom of the page, was the one thing standing between me and ruin. 3 days later, Samantha called. Her voice was softer than I remembered, hesitant, uncertain. "Ethan, can we talk?" "About what?" I asked evenly. "About us. I didn't mean for it to go this far." I let out a quiet laugh. "You asked for a divorce. I'm just honoring your wish." "You're not even angry," she said after a pause. "Anger's for people who still care." I replied, "You made your choice. I'm making peace with it." What she didn't realize was that I had known about her affair for months. A colleague had spotted her having dinner with someone, a younger man, maybe late 20s, the same one she used to message under the name Taylor, work. I never said a word. I just waited for the truth to catch up with her. A week later, she came by to collect her things. She walked in like a stranger entering an unfamiliar house. Cautious, unsure, she glanced around, her eyes lingering on the photos hanging on the wall, the memories she'd walked away from. "Ethan," she began softly, "I know you probably hate me. I made a mistake." I gave a short laugh. A mistake is forgetting a birthday. Sleeping with someone else? That's a decision. Her eyes filled with tears. "I thought you'd fight for me. I thought you'd at least ask why." "I don't need to ask," I said. "You wanted something new, something thrilling, until it stopped being fun. Now you're realizing what you threw away." She swallowed hard. "Can we at least talk about the prenup? It's unfair." I tilted my head. "Unfair?" She nodded. I didn't realize what it meant. "You didn't care what it meant," I said quietly. "Now it matters because you can't rewrite it." Her hand shook slightly. "So that's it?" "That's it," I said. "You keep what's yours, your car, your savings, your clothes. Everything else stays." She blinked rapidly, trying to process it. "That's all." "That's all," I said. "You wanted freedom. I'm giving it to you. Just don't expect it to come with comfort. She didn't argue after that. She packed in silence, tears streaming down her cheeks. The sound of zippers and drawers filled a house that had once echoed with laughter. When she finally walked out the door, I didn't stop her. I didn't even look back. The quiet that followed wasn't empty. It was peaceful. That night, as I poured myself a drink, my phone buzzed once more. Her name appeared again, the same name that used to make my heart race. "I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd really let me go." I stared at it for a long while, then typed a single word. "Understood."